What if I told you there are some huge Outlander updates that even longtime fans might have missed? I'm talking about a prequel that already scored a renewal before it ever hit the screen, a final season that's dusting off a magical plotline left hanging for almost a decade, and a chance we might finally get closure on one of the most emotional mysteries in the entire saga. Outlander is heading toward its biggest and boldest chapter yet, and it feels like everything is about to come full circle. So buckle in, because we're diving deep into what's going on right now with the Outlander universe. And trust me, there's a lot. Let's start with the prequel, Blood of My Blood. This show hasn't even premiered yet. It's set to drop on August 8th, 2025, and already Starz has renewed it for Season 2. 2 months early. That tells you something. The network isn't just testing the waters here. They're betting big. They believe Outlander fans are going to show up in force, and they're already building the runway for the story to go the distance. Think about how rare that is. We're in a TV era where streaming platforms are quick to cancel anything that doesn't become a viral hit overnight. Shows barely have time to find their audience before the axe falls. But here's Starz, doing the exact opposite. Investing in the long game, making sure the creative team has space to breathe, and signaling to fans that this world is here to stay. Matthew B. Roberts, who's been the driving force behind Outlander for years, is also steering this new ship as showrunner. He's been pretty vocal about how passionate the cast and crew are about Blood of My Blood, and he even hinted that it will both honor the original series and carve out bold new territory. That balance, staying true while also breaking fresh ground, is exactly what a prequel needs to succeed. And the premise? It's a beautiful one. The show will focus on the love stories of Jamie and Claire's parents, pulling us deeper into the Fraser and Mackenzie legacies. In other words, it's not just expanding the universe, it's anchoring it. It's giving us the roots beneath the story we already love, which makes the world feel richer and more connected. Fans have always wanted to know more about where Jamie and Claire come from, and this prequel is finally delivering that. But here's where things get really exciting. If Blood of My Blood works, and let's be honest, with Outlander's passionate fan base, it probably will, it could open the door for even more stories. Maybe spin-offs that dive into other families or side characters, or even unexplored corners of the time travel mythology. In a landscape where fantasy shows are constantly under threat, Starz is positioning Outlander as a franchise with real staying power. Now, while the prequel is looking to the past, the main series is preparing to close the curtain on its future. Season 8 is not just another chapter, it's the grand finale. And with that comes a responsibility: to tie up every major thread, answer lingering questions, and bring Jamie and Claire's epic journey to a satisfying close. And one of the biggest unresolved threads? The magic. Cast your mind back to Season 2. Remember Master Raymond? The enigmatic healer who saved Claire's life after her near-fatal miscarriage? That was the moment we learned about their shared blue auras. An early clue that both Raymond and Claire had deeper, almost mystical abilities. But then, the show dropped it. For 9 whole years, the magical side of Outlander was pushed into the background, while the focus shifted more toward history and romance. But here's the thing. The entire foundation of Jamie and Claire's love story is magical. It all started with the Standing Stones, with time travel, with a force that can't be explained by logic alone. To ignore that in the final season would feel incomplete. And Season 7 gave us a signal that the writers know this. Remember when Claire thought of Faith and saw those blue wings? That wasn't just a touching visual. It was setup. A reminder that the magic hasn't gone anywhere, and a promise that the show is circling back to it. Season 8 almost has no choice but to revisit those elements, and if the books are any guide, it could mean some of the most emotional and fantastical storytelling we've seen yet. In Diana Gabaldon's novels, the Auralore is a big deal. Claire learns to see other people's colors, which helps her identify who has special powers or connections to the supernatural. Jamie, for example, is said to have a red aura, tying him to a lineage of warriors. That's huge context that the show has never touched. Season 8 has the perfect opportunity to finally bring that piece of the puzzle into play, deepening Jamie's story while tying it back to the larger magical tapestry. And here's the bombshell. Dominique Pignon, who plays Master Raymond, has teased his return for season 8. But here's the twist. He won't be reuniting with Claire this time. Which begs the question, who will he be connected to? And what role will he play in filling in the 34-year gap in the story? This is where the faith theories come in. Some fans believe that Master Raymond didn't just comfort Claire after her loss. He actually saved Faith and passed her into someone else's care. If that's true, season 8 could finally give us the closure we've been waiting for, maybe even through flashbacks that show Raymond keeping an eye on her across the years. That would be an emotional bombshell for Claire and Jamie and the kind of reveal that could make the finale unforgettable. So here's the bigger picture. Between Blood of My Blood carrying the torch into a new generation, and season 8 tying off magical storylines that have been dangling for nearly a decade, Outlander is setting itself up for a finale that's both epic and deeply emotional. It's about love, legacy, history, and yes, magic. And maybe that's the perfect note to end on, because Outlander has always been about the balance of the ordinary and the extraordinary, the real and the impossible, the human heart and forces beyond our control. Season 8 feels like the moment where all those threads will finally meet. So if you've been watching since the beginning, or if you're just discovering the series now, this is the time to pay attention. The Outlander story is closing one door while opening another, and no matter what, it's going to be one wild ride.